Hi students, welcome to Garud Engineering classes. This is fourth lecture of electrical network. So today I will explain you dependent sources and how to solve the dependent sources. I give you the unique method. I request you to follow this method because this method is very simple and we are not doing something extraordinary in this particular thing. Yes, it is new, but if you relate the thing with the previous BEE part, then it will be very easy. And if you are studying like a new topic, then it will be quite difficult. So what I will be doing, I am not giving you something new in dependent sources. Dependent sources we are going to introduce, but what modification we have to do, what assumption we have to do, that I will tell. And I will relate that everything to the BW so that you will be more comfortable with your this particular chapter. Otherwise, this chapter feels student feel this chapter is very difficult. Okay. So first I want to tell you something about the dependent and independent sources. So you know dependent means what? As I told last time, ki you are a dependent source. You may be the source for the friend, but you are dependent on your father, and father is independent. Okay, so he's working, he's independent. So you have to be independent in your life. So that is what till BEE, till that network part, we have studied that independent sources, but here we have to see dependent. Now, thing is what, how dependent source will be presented here in this network. What is that exactly? It is presented in diamond shape, but what is that exactly? In real life, what type of dependent sources are there? So just I want to explain that. See, suppose if I consider one network, okay, and some current is flowing through this. Here 10 volt, 2 and 5. Okay. Now what I do, whatever the current here is a response. And this particular voltage source is independent voltage source. If I change this, current will change, but voltage remains same. If I even change this, the current will change because current is a response and voltage is a source. This source is independent source. The value of this is not going to change. But how we generate dependent source? How it can be, like suppose if I say here, if I add one dependent source, okay, this way, positive, negative. See, dependent source is presented this way, okay, and I say that depends on the current. So I say value of that is amplified 3 times whatever the current. Okay. Then how the circuit will behave? Now first thing is what? Yes, theoretically I can present this in diamond shape. But what is that in real life? Whether we design this type of source, that first I want to see. See, this is voltage source, whatever it is taking, that is what we can say current, and it is amplifying and it is converting into voltage. Correct? Now first I want to tell you about amplification. There are 4 types of amplifiers you are going to see in EDC. I think it is in EDC 1 only. Okay, that is A1. So 4 types of amplifier. That means what if I just draw the symbol of amplifier like this? So you know, even in AE lecture also I have explained, whatever the amplification done, that is through the supply. Amplification is not a magic. Okay. So if I give, suppose amplifying factor is 2, and if I give 1 volt here, voltage, okay, VI, then this will give you VO. Correct? So 1 into 2, that is 2 volt, but it will take from the supply. Suppose if I say supply is 10 volt. So here if I say 2 volt, output will be 4 volt from the supply. But this type of, suppose output is voltage, input is voltage, this type of amplifier is voltage divided by voltage. This is voltage amplifier. Okay. Now see, suppose input is voltage and it is supplying current output. That type of amplifier is also there. So output upon input is a gain of the amplifier. So gain of the amplifier is what? Output upon input, that is I by V. I by V is what? V by I is resistance, I by V is a conductance. This is called a transconductance amplifier. ठीक है, I can write conductance as a G or something with a different letter also. AV, AG. ठीक है. Next, suppose input is current I and output is voltage. Correct. Then here we can represent GA also. ठीक है. Here I input is a current, output is voltage. What is the gain? V by I. Gain is V by I. Gain is V by I. Means resistance. This is the transconductance. This is trans resistance. Okay, RA. Otherwise we can present A into R. Anything. This is presentation. R is a suffix. Okay. Now third is condition is what? Suppose input is I and output is also current. Then current, it is current amplifier, AI. So there are four possibilities of the amplification. It will either take input as a voltage or current, or it will present as a voltage or current. Depending upon that, the amplifiers are there. Now what this particular amplifier depends on what? Input. So this is a dependent amplifier. Okay. How we present this dependent amplifier? Here, this is voltage. Dependent voltage, this behaves like a voltage source. This behaves like voltage dependent voltage source. Voltage dependent voltage source. Voltage controlled voltage source. Okay? Voltage controlled voltage source. Okay? This is output is what? Current. Input is what? Voltage. This voltage will control this current source. So voltage controlled current source. This is a current. Current controlled, output is voltage source. Correct? This is current and output is current. Current controlled current source. So there are four types of amplifiers: VCVS, VCIS, CCVS and CCCS. So these are the four amplifiers actually, and these are dependent. Then how this dependent amplifier will work here? Okay, I will show you. This dependent amplifier, I want to connect this in my circuit. Okay. See. Here I want to present as a voltage source, but it will amplify the current. So I connect here current amplification. Here, this is current amplifier and output should be voltage. It should take the current. Okay. So what is this? Output voltage, input it will take current. So what type of amplifier it is? V divided by I. That is a trans resistance. AR, trans resistance amplifier. Output is voltage. So again it is presented by two terminals, and that should be voltage is always added in series. So I want to add this in series. Upper terminal and lower terminal. See. It is sensing current. Current is flowing through this. It has some internal resistance. Okay. So current is flowing through this. But this current is sensed. What is the multiplication of this? Multiplication factor of this is 3. Or G equal to 3. Sorry, R equal to 3. That is multiplication factor R we can write. This multiplication factor I equal to 3. Correct? Trans resistance. Or we can write AR. So whatever the current, it is multiplying into 3 and it is converted into voltage. So this is positive terminal. So it is connecting positive terminal over here. This is negative terminal, means negative terminal. Both are added in series. So this type of circuit. But can we apply KVL for this? No, it is very difficult. Then what we will be doing? We will be presenting this symbolically. We will write a symbol of this and we will try to solve it. So in real practice, such type of things are available or exist? Answer is yes. This is not mathematical. Sometimes we say if we are doing this, we are writing calculation, but that is of no use. Not like that. It is used many times. Correct? This transconductance, we are going to see DC analysis or AC analysis of this type of circuits in EDC. Correct? So here we get KVL, KCL in network. So then what type of amplifier? Suppose if I want to present like this. Okay, first thing is what? 3I as I told. So it is sensing current, but it is voltage. This. Now suppose if I say this is voltage source, but it is sensing some voltage from another side. So it is voltage amplifier. Okay. Why amplifier? 3 times multiplied. If I say 0.3, then it is not amplifier, it is attenuator. It is just network circuit. To perform this, we require just potential divider. We don't require amplifier. So that time this is attenuator 0.3 V1. It is reducing. It is attenuator. It is a network, simple network, attenuating network. So here what we can say, it is 3 times V1. Correct? So what is this? Now it is sensing voltage. How to sense the voltage? How to sense the voltage? So voltage should be sensed somewhere. So what will be the amplifier? Okay, I will tell you this. First I want to tell you about current sensing, so that I will change this part. Current sensing circuit, voltage sensing and current sensing. This is current sensing circuit. So here also I want to make current sensing circuit 3I. Here I want to make voltage sensing circuit. This is something but current but voltage sensing circuit 3V1. So what is this? How I can design 3I? 3I means it is taking current and output is also current. How the current is inserted? Current is inserted not in series. Current is inserted while adding current should be parallel. So that I will tell you. Actually, you don't have to study this in this network. I am trying to clear your fundamental things. There may be question in your mind. There may be question in your mind that whether this type of dependent sources exist in real practice, in real world. The answer is yes. And this type of amplifier we are going to solve DC and AC analysis in AE. Okay. So we have to relate that thing here. Then how to add the current? Current is always added parallelly. That you are going to see in AE. Okay. How current is added parallelly? So suppose this is voltage source. Here you want to add. So current is always added like this. Suppose there is a voltage source. Okay. And you want to add this is current source. And you want to add the current. We can add current this way. Current is always added parallelly. We cannot connect current in series. So suppose you want to add current somewhere here. So here we have to add this. Okay. Then I will add this. Here one terminal. This terminal I can connect over here and this terminal I can connect over here. That is what we can say parallelly added. Like this, suppose you don't have to do this. You don't have to remember this, how current is added in whether series or parallel. You don't have to say this for the dependent source. Okay, just I am clearing your fundamental thing. How the voltage is sensed. To sense the voltage, I need a drop. So suppose I say something here, I draw like this. Something 3V1. So this is voltage source. Okay. And it is sensing V1. Where is V1? I show somewhere here. This is V1. So I say positive, negative. Then how the amplifier will form? Yes. See, it is sensing V1. So there will be amplifier and it is connected in series like this. So it is positive, negative. This is voltage amplifier AV. Correct? So this type of circuit may be there. But actually we don't have to we don't have to draw a circuit here. We have to draw this with symbols. So I tell you something about dependent sources. Okay. While solving dependent sources, we have to remember few things. You must know something about the dependent sources. Okay. First thing. Okay, suppose there is a circuit with a dependent source 3I1 like this 2, 3. Okay, and suppose I say this is I1. So here in this particular circuit, this is a dependent source. But we are not showing any independent source. Okay? इसका मतलब हो गया कि तुम लोग डिपेंडेंट हो और तुम लोग की शादी कर दी. And I am trying to get the response. What will be the response? What will be the response? If you are not working, okay, you are dependent. And if I remove dependent source, डैडी को बोला पॉकेट मनी मत दो. ठीक है, and you are not earning also, और तुमने की शादी कर दी, what will be response? What will be response? Divorce. Correct? So what will be the current? Current will be 0. So here important thing is what? This circuit will not work. This circuit is called a dead network. Why? Because there is an dependent source, but there must be one independent source in the circuit. To work this, there must be at least one independent source in the circuit. समझा? Only independent sources से डिपेंडेंट सोर्सेस से नेटवर्क ड्राइव नहीं होगा, बिकॉज इट इज डिपेंडेंट ऑन समवेयर. ओके, सो देयर मस्ट बी एटलीस्ट वन independent source. मतलब will this work? Yes, this will work. If I add some current source, will this work? Yes, it will work. Okay, so this is first rule. Second rule about dependent sources. Now you know in superposition or in Thevenin's theorem and Norton theorem, while getting RTH, equivalent resistance, that time if there is a voltage source, okay, like this, and you want to find resistance from this direction, what is RTH? Or in superposition, we have to kill the energy source. Suppose this is 10 volt, this is 2. What is RTH? RTH is equal to, first kill this energy source. While killing voltage source, how to kill energy source, how to kill voltage source? Voltage source is presented with short circuit. Voltage source is presented with zero resistance. What is the reason? Why voltage source is always presented with zero resistance? Because we treat this like an ideal source. Okay? And what is the internal resistance of ideal voltage source? Internal resistance of ideal voltage source is 0, and internal resistance of ideal current source is infinity, means open. Okay? If this would be current source, like this, I am making connection here. Okay. And this is something 3 ampere. What will be the resistance? Resistance will be infinity. How? Current source, we treat this as a current source. So ideal current source is always presented with open circuit, because internal resistance of current source is very high. So we present with this. Okay. So what is this? This plus infinity. Open means infinity. Short means 0. Okay. Now same happens with the superposition. The thing is what? Whenever you want to present with the internal resistance, that time we consider that independent source as an ideal source. Now, suppose this has got, sometimes also we get like this, 10 volt slash 2 ohm. So what is this voltage source? I told you in BEE. Simple presentation of this is what? Simple presentation of this, better 2 ohm is in series with that. So you present with this like 2 ohm. Then like this is the presentation of voltage source. This with 2 ohm series. And then you represent like this. Means what? The 10 volt is presented with internal resistance. Then how current source is presented? Then how current source is presented? Suppose current source 2 ampere slash 2 ohm. 2 ampere slash 2 ohm. You want to present this. How you will present? You know current source has got parallel resistance. What is the value of this? This is simple presentation. Like this. And current source is always presented with open. What is this? So 2 parallel with 2. So that means what? Any resistor, any energy source, if you want to present, that time we have to consider that as the ideal source. If it is not ideal, then resistance must be given. We have to represent with that internal resistance while replacing in RTH or in superposition. But can you represent this voltage source as can you consider this as an ideal source? No. So how can we present this with internal resistance? The answer is no, we have to use some different method. So in short, dependent sources cannot be presented with short circuit or open circuit like independent sources. I repeat, dependent sources cannot be presented like short circuit as a short circuit or open circuit like independent voltage sources or current sources. Correct? So these are the rules. Now, third rule is what? Now while solving, suppose this type of network is there. Third rule. Suppose this type of network is there. How to solve? So solve like a BEE. Solve like a BEE DC analysis or DC chapter, first chapter. But then what is the difference thing? Only difference is what? Whenever we solve, present this dependent with assumed one. What is assuming? KVL we assume like I1, I2, okay? In KCL we assume I1 like this. Here we can say I2, we can say I3. So these are called assumed parameters. So first express this, whatever the dependent sources, you present with whatever assumption. I will explain you. So if you present and solve like ordinary network, so simple it is. This chapter is not big. If you know the key point of this chapter is like a BEE chapter. Okay? So even you can solve all sums like putting dependent sources there. Okay, I will show you the method to solve this. Okay, now I will tell you how to solve this step by step. First, I will consider KVL, then I will consider KCL, then all theorems. So method you know how to solve the KVL, but before solving, just I will revise the method of KVL, method of KCL, method of all theorems. Okay, so already one revision is done. Then also I will explain you. Suppose if I want to solve the KVL using KVL, okay, anything using KVL. What are the rules of KVL? Okay. Suppose there is a network having two or more loops. Okay. So rule number 1 for the KVL. Okay, first I want to tell you there are only 3 types of KVLs available. Okay. What is that? Simple KVL without any current source. So what to do? We have to write KVL here, that is I1. Here KVL here, we have to consider I1, I2. Simply what? How many loops? 1, 2. So 2 KVL equations will be there. Okay. Then we have to solve using calculator. We get value of I1 and I2. After that, check what is asked. Suppose they want current voltage across this. Then what we can say? I into that resistor. Second type of KVL is what? There is a current source in independent branch. Current source in independent branch. Then how to solve this? First, suppose this is 3 ampere. Okay. By default, we have to assume I1, I2. What is that? First, rule number 1. If there is a current source, express that current source in terms of I1, I2. So what is that? This I2 is flowing in downward direction. This is in upward. So I2 equal to -3. Rule number 2. How many KVLs required? Find out. So KVLs required. Loop equations. How many equations required? KVL equations required equal to number of loops minus number of current sources. So here what we can say, number of loops are 2 but current source is 1. So that is equal to only 1 KVL we require for the solution. So while writing KVL, we don't have to consider path of current source. So this is the only path we can write ordinary KVL, write KVL. Okay. Third, rule number 3. Here I write Rule number 3 or third type of KVL. There is a current source in sharing branch. What if there is a current source in sharing branch? So assume I1 and I2. Okay. Suppose this is 2 ampere. So first thing, similar to this. This particular is called super mesh concept. Correct? What is this? Simply, rule number 1, express current source in terms of loop current. Here also, express current source in terms of loop current, but this is sharing. So it will share two current. So see, I2 is flowing in upward direction, I1 is flowing in downward direction. Okay, so supporting minus this, or if see current is in downward direction, first minus second, current is in upward direction, second minus first. Supporting current minus opposite current, so I2 minus I1 equal to 2 amperes. Supporting current minus opposite current. Otherwise, in sharing branch, current is in downward, first minus second, current is in upward, second minus first. Okay, now then what to do? We have to apply KVL. How many loops? Equations required equal to how many loops? 2 minus 1 current source, only one equation we require. But while writing equation, we don't have to consider current source. We have to exclude the current source. So I cannot write KVL this way. I cannot write KVL this way because there is a current source. So I will consider this as a KVL loop. This is ordinary loop. We have to just write like ordinary loop. So there are only three types of KVL. Simple KVL, current source in independent branch, current source in sharing branch. Okay. So only thing is what, whenever there is a current source, problem becomes very simple, but we have to express that current source first. Correct. Now what we are doing, we are adding here dependent sources. So what additional thing will be there? Express that dependent source first. Okay. Only one thing is added. Whatever dependent source, whenever there is a dependent source, express that dependent source first. Then follow your ordinary rules. So I will explain you one circuit for the KVL. Okay, we will solve this. See, what type of, this is voltage source. But this is value of this is voltage source value is 4IA. Means this is dependent on somewhat current. So it is current dependent voltage source. What type of this is? This is also, this is dependent on IA, where there should be the marking of IA, where it is IA. Here it is IA. 3IB, where is IB? Somewhere here. Okay. So this is 3IB. So this is also dependent on current, but it is basically voltage source. Then how to present? So rule number 1. Treat like ordinary network. We have to solve this using KVL and they want to find value of I1 and I2. Suppose find value of I1 and I2. So I write I1 here, write I2 here like ordinary way. Okay. So what is the rule of KVL? The rule of KVL is check whether there is a current source or what. If there is a current source, express that current source in terms of I1 and I2. Is there any current source? No. Correct? All are voltage sources. So, rule number 2. If it is dependent, express the dependent source in terms of I1 and I2. What is this? This is voltage. Correct? 4IA. This is IA. What is IA? Where it is IA? IA is here. But according to my assumption, this is I1. Okay? And what is IB? According to my assumption, it is I2. Finish. Okay? Now write ordinary equation. It's like BEE now. So simple it is. If I start from here, negative, positive, plus 10, 2, drops are always minus. Drops are always minus. This is voltage source. Treat like voltage source. Plus, minus, minus. Write the value of voltage source. Write the value of voltage source. Don't think more on this. Here, minus 3. I1 minus I2. When we write for this, that time I1 minus I2. When we write for this, that time I2 minus I1. Okay. Positive, negative, minus. Mention the voltage source. 4 IA equals to 0. Now, what to do? We have to express this IA and I2 here. We have to put this here. So, 10 minus 2I1 minus 3I1 minus 3I1, solve this, plus 3I2 minus 4. Here is IB, na? IB is I2. IB is I2. Here is IA. I is I1. 4I1 equal to 0. So it is like normal way. 3, 4, 7, 9. Minus 9I1. What about I2? I2, 3 cancel. Okay. 3I2 cancel. So this will be 0 equal to 10 here. That side will be minus 10. What is I1? We got I1 equal to 10 by 9. What is I2? I2 is 0. So the answer is what? Suppose they want IA. IA is 10 by 9 ampere. And what is IB? IB is equal to 0 amperes. No. How I2 is 0? Here is this. Here in this equation I2 is 0. So we have to put this somewhere. This is I1. So in this equation anywhere we can put this. There is no I2 now. So here anywhere I can put that equation and we can find the I2. What is value of I2 here? It should be 0, no? Check. In this if I substitute. Okay. So here there is no I2, it is cancelling. So it is 0 ampere. It is not every time possible that I2 is 0. Here in this equation it is cancelled. Okay. So this is the thing. The method is very simple. So I will consider one more problem for the practice. Okay. Suppose this I2 is not cancelling. Then we have to write KVL for this. Suppose if I do a slight modification for the second problem. What happens here? I consider 3 ohm resistance and this is 3 IB. So it is getting cancelled. No? So suppose if I change the value of this or if I change the value of this. And you treat this like a second problem. Okay? So that time what will happen? Check. So here 10 minus 2I1 positive negative minus 5IB. What is IB? I can put I1 also directly if you know. Minus 3 I1 minus I2. Okay. Plus minus 4 IA is what I1. IB is what? 5 IB. IB is what? I2. Here we can write IB and here we can write IA equals to 0. Okay, what is that? 10 minus 2I1 minus 5I2. Now it will not cancel. Plus 3I2 minus 4I1 equals to 0. Okay. So how many I1? 5. 3, 2, 3, 5 plus 4 minus 9I1. Okay. 5I2. This is minus 2I2. Okay. It is not cancelling here. Equals to what? Equals to 10. So 9I1 plus 2I2 equals to 10. This is your equation 1. Okay. Now we have to write KVL for this loop. If I start from here negative positive plus 4IA that is equal to I1 minus 3 I2 minus I1, second minus first now, you are going up, minus 4i2 plus 20 equals to 0. Okay, so 4i1 minus 3i2 plus 3i1 minus 4i2 plus 20 equals to 0. So that is 3i1, 3 and 4 minus 7i2 equals to, sorry, i1 is also we have to consider 7. 4i1 and 3i1, 7, okay, equals to what? Minus 20. So this you can treat like a equation 2. We can solve for i1 and i2. If we solve this on calculator, in equation mode 5, 1, 9, 2, 10. Okay, 7 minus 7 minus 20. So this will be, I1 will be by 77 and 250 by 77. Correct? So check what is asked. So like the method is very simple. What to do first? Whatever the given, you present into I1, I2 format. Use ordinary method of BEE. So simple it is. Whenever there is a dependent source, we have to do something extra, not like that. Just this chapter is revision of BEE. Correct? But students feel that this chapter is quite difficult. Not like that, because you have to follow the rules. You must know the rules of KVL. You must know the rules of KCL. You must know the rules of superposition. You must know the rules of dependent sources. Correct? So, like this, we will consider one more example for the KVL. See this question. This was exam question. First, I want to explain. Using KVL, we have to solve this. This is voltage source, but the value of this is dependent on this voltage V1 across this means here voltage means here, same, here it is V1. Okay, now this is also 0.0, this is attenuator, but this is current source but dependent on V1. Okay, now we have to, first thing we have to assume currents. So I will mark here I1, here I2 and here I3. Okay. Now thing is what? We have to express current source, whatever the voltage source here. Correct? Voltage source here in terms of I1, I2, because this is unknown V1. So how to express what will be the V1 here? Across this. This is 5 ampere. This is current source. You want voltage here. Correct? So how will you write V1? That is very important in terms of I1. Then how will you express? So actually we cannot directly express the V1 here. This V1 I cannot say I1 into something drop. Or for this side, if I say, this side is also not directly, there is a dependent source. So V1 cannot be directly expressed. But one important thing about this, there are two current sources. So problem is very simple. We have to write only one KVL equation. So problem is very simple, but calculating of V1 is not that much easy. So first I want to express rule number 1. Express unknown parameter V1 in terms of whatever I1, I2. So that is not practically possible directly presenting. So if I write KVL for this, then it is very possible. It is possible. V1 here you want, so we can write KVL like this till here. Otherwise, what is V1? This voltage plus this voltage. Suppose if I say current flowing through this, what is current? I1 minus I2. How it will make positive, negative? You know how to get VAB. Same way we have to find V1. It's quite difficult. This is exam question. See, this is V1 here, V1 here. Correct? What is V1? V1 is what? This voltage plus this voltage. Correct? This voltage plus this voltage is a V1. Okay, so this voltage, how this current, this is sharing branch, so current will be I1 minus I2. And it is moving this way, so it will make positive negative. So what is V1? So this V1 equals to this voltage, negative positive 0.4 V1, negative positive plus 20 I1 minus I2. Sorry, this is I1 minus I3. So what is I1 minus I2? That we have to find out. Okay, so here V1, if I take this side, that is 0.6 V1 equals to 20 I1 minus 20 I3. Correct? So what is V1? V1 equals to 20 by 0.6 I1 minus 20 by 0.6 I3. Correct? So I can write 20 by 0.6 is equal to 33 point something. So you keep this as it is. 20 by 0.6 is equal to 100 by 3. Whatever. You maintain as it is. Correct? This is the value of V1. Now, important thing is what next? Now we will solve the ordinary network. But there are two current sources, 1 and 2. First, express the current source in terms of loop currents. That is rule of KVL. So, express what is this? This is I1. I1 equal to what? 5 amperes. Directly given. What about I2? This is what is this? It is an opposite way. So, I2 equals to minus 0.01 V1. So, we can substitute that. You want value of I1? So I write here value of I2 equals to, I can modify with this I1 also. First I want to modify V1. V1 equals to 20 by 0.6. What is I1? I1 is 5 minus 20 by 0.6 I3. Okay. Now, what is this? 20, 100 by 0.6. So that is 200 by 3. Here I can say 100 by 0.6. 500 by 3. So V1 equal to 500 by 3 minus 20 by 0.6 is 100 by 3. Okay. I3. Now I can substitute here. What is I2? Value of I2 is, here we don't require value of I2. Here I can substitute value of V1. That is I2 equals to minus 0.01. What is value of V1? 500 by 3 minus 20 by 0.6. I3. Okay. So we can use calculator for this. This is 20 by 3 I3 here. So 0.01 into 500 by 3. 5 by 3 minus 5 by 3. This is 5 by 3 plus this is 1 by 3. Okay. I3. This is equal to I2. In terms of I3 we got. Correct. We can treat this like an equation also, because actually we will get two equations here. I2 minus 1 by 3 I3 equals to minus 5 by 3. This will be your equation. Now what next? What is the rule for KVL? If there is a current source, express that current source. मैंने express किया और put किया बस. Now we require one KVL because there are 3 loops, 1, 2, 3 loops. Okay, so 2 current sources, 3 minus 2. Only one KVL is required, but while writing KVL, we don't have to travel in the path of current source. So this is the only path. So I can write ordinary equation for this. Here if I start minus, directly also you can write, okay, minus 50 I3 minus 30 I3 minus I2 minus 20 I3 minus I1. With shortcut method also we write 20 I1 plus 30 I2 minus 30, 30, 50, 100, 100 I3 equals to nothing, 0. What is value of I1? Value of I1 is 5. So I write 30 I2 minus 100 I3 equals to, if I write here 5, that will be 100. So it will be minus 100. So this what we can treat like equation 1, this we can treat like equation 2. In terms of I1 and I2, we solve this. 5, 1, 1 minus 3 inverse minus 5 by 3, 30 minus 100 minus 100. So we got value of I2. I2 equals to minus 40 by 27 and I3 equals to 5 by 9. What is asked? They want value of V1. Okay. So here we can substitute the value of V1. So here substitute value of I3, 5 by 9. So V1 equal to 500 more 1. Here 500 by 3 minus 20 by 0.6 into bracket 5 by 9. 5 by 9. So this is your voltage. You got V1 equal to 148.148 volts. Correct? This is your final answer. They want find voltage, find power supplied by dependent sources. So this is what actually you got V1. Now you want power supplied by this. How you can find power supplied by this here? Power supplied by this. Correct? So what is voltage here? 0.4 V1. Correct? You know value of V1. Voltage here into current or I square R, but R is not there. So how you find the current through this? How you find current through this? Because power supplied is asked. This is voltage. So power supplied is asked. Find power supplied by dependent voltage source. Dependent voltage source. This is dependent voltage source. So voltage will be here. This much is the voltage. Now first we have to find the power. We have to find the current. So first, if you know voltage here, okay, this voltage V1 you know. This voltage minus this voltage, either you get a current. Again, this voltage is also known. So this voltage minus this voltage you get current. And then here also you get current. So it's very simple. So I'll show you. So here we can find the power also. That means what? Power is what? P is equal to V into I equals to I square R equals to V square by R. So here I square R means actually power across this dependent voltage source. This is dependent voltage source. So power across dependent voltage source, we require R, but R is not there. So we cannot use this formula. We have to use V into I. Voltage here, that is 0.4 V1. And what is I? I here, I can say I1 minus I2. This is sharing branch. So I can write V is equal to 0.4 V1 into current here is I1 minus I2. Okay, so this can be written 0.4. V1 is 148.148 into I1 is 5 amperes. I1 is 5 amperes minus of minus this means plus 40 by 27. So this much what power we get. So we can calculate this power. 0.4 bracket 148.148 into 5 plus 40 by 27. This is 384.087 watt. This is the power supplied by battery. Okay. So this is very easy problem. So I will consider next problem for the more revision. See this problem. Here the question is find loop currents, means I1 and I2. So my assumption will be, here I will consider I1 and I2. Okay. See, I want to explain this. Where is dependent? This is dependent voltage source. Okay. Depends on what? Depends on voltage. VO. Where is that? VO must be shown somewhere. This is VO. Upper side is positive. Upper side is positive. Okay. So here, rule number 1 for dependent sources, express dependent source, express unknown value of dependent source VO in terms of what? Or otherwise total, whatever express this dependent source. 6 VO equals to what? 6 into VO. What is VO? Upper side is positive. According to my I1, how my I1 is flowing? I1 is flowing in upward. If the I1 is flowing in upward, this must be positive, no? But they are sensing this as a negative. So what is the voltage here? 2 into I1. But see, polarity given is in reverse way. See, I1 is flowing in upward direction. So 2 I1 will be the voltage here. But as my assumption is I1 is clockwise, it should make this positive and negative, but they are sensing in opposite way. So it will be minus 2 I1. Okay. So what is 6 this equal to, or VO equals to what? VO equals to what? Minus 2 I1. Okay. Now we can substitute that value. We write KVL ordinary way. But while writing KVL, what is rule number 1? Check whether there is a current source or what. And if current source, express that. So is there any current source? Yes. It is in sharing branch, upward. So second minus first. Second minus first equal to 5. I rearrange this, plus I2 equal to 5. This is treated as a 1. But I can substitute here value of I1 also. Correct. Here we substitute value of I1. So we get value of I1 and I2. It's very easy problem. Okay. 2 minus I1 equal to this. Minus I1 is what? That is 2 I1. So I1 is not given. Na? So we treat like this as a equation 1. Okay. Now, what is equation 2? See, whenever there is a dependent source, express that dependent source unknown parameter in terms of I1, I2. VO is presented here. So we write value of VO. Okay. Rule number 2. We solve this using KVL. What is the first rule of KVL? Check whether there is a current source or what. If there is a current source, express that current source. That will be, if it is in sharing branch, it will be treating like equation 1. Okay. Now, here, rule number 2 of KVL. If there is a current source, number of KVL. There are 2 loops, 2 minus 1. So only one KVL we have to write. I cannot write KVL this way because there is a current source. Even I cannot write KVL this way because there is a current source. So this is the only path. So we have to use simple equation for this. If I start from here, 10, okay, 10 minus, now forget about this V0 and all. You write ordinary KVL equation. Minus, एक बार इसको एक्सप्रेस किया बाद में भूल जाओ. You come to the B double. ठीक है? You write like a B double. Negative, here I write, all drops are always minus 2I1, okay, minus 3I1, okay, here, minus 5I2, here, minus 6VO equals to 0. Substitute value of VO, 10 minus 2I1 minus 3I1 minus 5I2 minus 6 is minus 2I1 equal to 0. So, 10 minus 2I1 minus 3I1 minus 5I2 plus 12I1 equals to 0. So, what is how many I1? 2, 3, 5. This is minus 5. Correct? This is 12. So, 7I1 minus, what is I2? 5I2 equals to 10, that is minus 10. This will be your equation 2. Correct? So this is equation 1 and equation 2. We can put this on calculator and we can see minus 1, 1, 5, okay, 7, minus 5, minus 10 equal to I1 equals to 15 by 2, 7.5 amperes. What is I2? Is 12.5 amperes. What is asked? Find loop currents. These are the loop currents, I1 and I2. This is the answer. So simple it is. Correct? You got this? Actually, what is the new part here? Whatever you have studied in BEE and you are studying in network for the first chapter is just copy of BEE. Remaining all chapters are different. But at least first chapter, if you can say, only there will be additional part, that is a dependent source. What to do if there is a dependent source? If there is a dependent source, express that dependent source in terms of I1 and I2. Remaining part is just revision of BEE. Okay? You follow my method. Otherwise, in a network book, Ravi Singh and all, if you see, they while expressing, they express this. While writing KVL also, they express this. So what I told you, once you express VO, don't consider whether, whatever assumption, you treat like an ordinary method. You treat like your ordinary BEE. What is extra part required? This is the extra part required. This is the extra part you are studying in second year. What is this? This is all BEE part. Okay. So again I explain. Suppose this VO is given. So VO, first express VO in terms of I1 and I2. So I1 is flowing, but the polarity is different. So I write minus this I1. Okay. Now we will be treating like ordinary. This will be also ordinary. Okay. So here what we can say, we can write KVL. First express current source. It's like ordinary BEE. Correct. Here write KVL in the direction of excluding the current source. So if you write KVL 10 minus, you don't consider this. Okay. 10 minus 2I1 minus 3I1 minus 5I2. You treat like a voltage source. Here you treat like a voltage source. Correct. Minus 6V0, minus 60, substitute value of VO and get the answer. It's very simple. So this particular part, only this part is new for you. Correct? Nothing else. Remaining method is same as BEE method. Okay? So next time I will consider more problems on this, or I will start KCL, because see, methods are so simple. It's like revision of BEE. Okay? Only thing is what we have to do extra, that way I will consider. So again explaining KCL, all theorems will waste our time. Okay? So you can revise that. Even in first lecture, for third lecture also I have given the revision of all. Correct? Even you can open that BEE notebook and you can revise that part. Okay, the method simple, everything is simple, network simple, networks are same, everywhere it is same. So only thing is what additional part to be required, that I will explain. So I will consider two, three problems on each, and what is the extra required, that I will explain. Remaining part is same for this particular chapter. Okay, so see you next lecture. Uh, I will send you next lecture of this with the KCL. Okay, bye.